morning, everyone. Welcome to Delta Entertainment. I am your host, Liquor Kenobi, and today we got another article that is going on with the Kingdom Come to Deliverance. I did talk about last. The first one I talked about was that Saudi Arabia was claiming that they was the rumor that Saudi Arabia abandoned having the game come to Saudi Arabia due to its sexual content and everything that is going on with the game and all that. But then, of course, the second article that I talked about, that it was none of that. That there was nothing going on with Saudi Arabia. That it was all false and everything. And then, of course, already it's an RPG game, and there's going to be a choice that you're going to make. If either you're going to play with a guy, you're going to have sex with a guy, or sex with a woman, or if you play with a girl, you pick the girl and you play with it, and you have sex with a woman, or you have sex with a guy. It depends. It's like every other RPG game goes. That's just how you control things. Of course, the only difference is that in Dragon Age Veilguard, you do all that, but you also tend to make that person a non-binary character, especially doing the top scar tissuing, which is bad. And that's why Dragon Age Veilguard has failed miserably in sales and having more gamers to play the game. But enough talk, enough said. Let's get down to the article and see what we have. Kingdom Come Deliverance to every controversy explained in one explosive timeline. So we're about to read a long article that's going to talk about this game and what has been going on with the controversies and all that, because there has been a lot of controversy with this game. So here we go. Warehouse Studios seems unable to catch a break even after its success with the highly original medieval RPG Kingdom Come Deliverance. The studio is once again thrust into the spotlight, this time by a pendulum that might have swung too far. Some context: back in February 2018, when Kingdom Come Deliverance was released, Warehouse Studios and its founder, Daniel Verja, faced criticism from game journalists for not including black characters in a game set in the 1403 Bohemia, a region of the Holy Roman Empire. Vavra defended this decision, stating that the game all aimed to be historically accurate, and based on his sources, there were no black people in that area of the time, which is true. If in a certain area and a certain timeline, if there was never no other race colors in that area, you shouldn't be changing things. You just go with it. But like I said, that is up to the developers if they want to do that, and if they want to take the risk of getting themselves into that issue. But the developer, he made that choice, and he went well with it. The controversy didn't end there. Vavra was also targeted for his apparent support of Gamergate, a movement that's stated as a pushback against unethical practices in game journalism, but was labeled by many critics as a harassment campaign against women and minorities. He was further criticized for his comments, opposing Anita Sarkeesian, a media critic known for highlighting the sexualization of female characters in video games. Jesus. Sarkeesian's critics often went beyond specific games, portraying gamers as inherently misogynistic, racist, and bigoted, while promoting a woke agenda that some saw as hypocritical and harmful. For instance, the infamous tropes versus women in video games series often omitted context, drawing eerie from both gamers and developers. As a result, certain outlets refused to receive Kingdom Come Deliverance, citing Vera's perceived bigotry and his association with Gamergate as reason for their boycott. For example, Waypoint only openly stated they would not review the game, claiming it was not worth their coverage due to Vavra's views. Gamergate, from the perspective of such outlets, was framed as a hate-filled harassment movement, while in reality, many gamers saw it as a response to unethical practices and overt politician in gaming media. Despite this attempted smear campaign, Kingdom Come Deliverance gained significant traction Through word of mouth, many players appreciated its nuanced, realistic portrayal of medieval life and its engaging RPG mechanics. The story of Henry, a blacksmith's son thrust into the chaos of 15th century Bohemia, really resonated with players for its grounded, relatable, and narrative. The game's success defied expectations, selling over 3 million copies and securing the future of Warehouse Studios to develop a sequel. Now, the Kingdom Come Deliverance sequel, battling modern gaming controversies. The sequel, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, is set to continue Henry's journey, picking up from where the previous game left off. Maintaining the medieval RPG mechanics, the sequel promises to be a bigger and better version of the predecessor. Many gamers, including myself, eagerly anticipate its release on February 4th. Yet, even with the large budget, a clear plan, and a strong foundation in the game industry, Warehouse Studios and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 have not entirely escaped the controversies that plagued them during the release of the first game in 2018. Smearing reunited when Daniel Vara compared the current player count of the original Kingdom Come Deliverance to the Dragon Age Veilguard on social media. His post highlighted that a nearly 7-year-old game had more active players than a newly released title from the well established Dragon Age franchise. This comparison was widely seen as a critic of the Veilguard's development choices, which many fans argued prioritized a forced inclusivity over the core elements that once defined the Dragon Age series. The introduction of the gender politics felt too many like pandering rather than organic storytelling. These changes alienated longtime fans who felt excluded from franchise they had supported for years. By focusing on modernizing the series, the developers seemingly stripped away the dark fantasy elements that had made Dragon Age a beloved franchise, leaving behind a hollow shell of its former self, which was completely stupid what they did. Barbara's post drew criticism from some who saw it as unprofessional for a CEO. Predictably, detractors revived past controversies, pointing to his support for Gamergate and reigniting the accusations that had dodged him during the release of the original Kingdom Come Deliverance. Yet this controversy appeared to backfire as many gamers rallied behind Barbara's blunt critic. Some even speculated that the pre-orders for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 saw a boost, fueled by renewed support for Warehouse Studios and its commitment to delivering a game that prioritized authenticity over pandering, unskippable divisive content. How Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 faced rumors and backlash. All right, now here's the first article that I talked about. This is the one that I talked about in the first article, so bear with me, guys. For a while, the controversy seemed to dive down until Saudi-based gaming outlet, the VGA4A, posted on X claiming that Kingdom Come Deliverance would be banned in Saudi Arabia. The tweet stated that the title was banned in the Kingdom Come due to an unskippable love scene between two men in the game's story mode. There it is right there. The post quickly went viral in the gaming community with influencers such as Grums, Eniamon, Smash TT, Pirate Nation, and others amplifying the story. This sparked widespread debate with many gamers questioning whether Warehouse Studios had bent the knee to what some critics described as woke agenda. This was especially contentious given Daniel Vara's past and current public stance against pandering and forced diversity. However, the lack of immediate response from Warehouse Studios only fueled further speculation. Many of the lead screenshots being shared with later proven false and doctored, yet the damage to Warehouse reputation had already begun. The attacks were further amplified by certain individuals who actively spread false rumors, simply aiming to harm Warehouse Studios and Vara personally. So, So here it is right here. Here's his comments that he wrote here. Oh, sorry guys. Oh, my God, dude. Eventually, Daniel Vera addressed the rumors directly on X. He clarified, there are no unskippable cutscenes in our games. Anyone who claims otherwise never played them. I've never played the game. I've never played this game, so I would not know better. I would not know. But like I said, dude, there's been a lot of issues going on here, bro. And Daniel's trying to defend his game, his company, and everything many of times. And the way I've been reading it, bro, this guy's been through a lot. Additionally, he denied any ban, stating, we are not banned in any country, at least not that we know of. Vavra also refuted claims of pandering to modern agendas, adding, as much as I don't like forced diversity, nobody was forcing us to do anything. We are not forcing anyone to do certain things. The Kingdom Come Deliverance is an RPG. You are responsible for your decisions. If you want Henry to try a same-sex adventure, feel free. If you don't want to, you don't have to. All affairs are, we're in Kingdom Come Deliverance 1. Purely optional. The characters are perfectly aware that it was forbidden sin. He further went on to emphasize the game's historical authenticity. Everything displayed corresponds to the morals or social norms of 1403 Bohemia and is only there to make an interesting story, he said, and not all to appeal to a modern audience. Yeah, so to me, I believe he's not involved with this nonsense, bro. Especially when he made his comments that he did not want to go, he didn't want to be a part of it or anything else. So I mean, this is getting pretty bad for this guy, bro. This is getting pretty bad. This approach highlights Warehouse Studios' commitment to portraying life in the medieval Bohemia as accurately as possible. Ironically, this could make Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 one of the first games to authentically portray the challenges and societal stigma surrounding homosexual during 1403 CEO Classic Edition, I guess, providing a nuanced look at the societal norms and struggles of the time. For many gamers, this commitment to historical realism, no matter how uncomfortable, adds a new level of authenticity and depth to the game. Farras also reassured players that these choices would be entirely player driven, aligning with the RPG's focus on agency. For gamers who value accurate portrayals of history, this could offer a unique and nuanced perspective, even if it revisits some of the darker and more uncomfortable moments of the past. Key to come to and the fine line between historical context and modern sensitivities. All right. Despite these reassurances and confirmations that in interactions in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 will be in line with historical perspective and with influencers such as Grums, Enimon, and others, coming to Daniel Vara's defense, there are still those who, despite his response, believes they should be no divisive character in the game at all. They say this is a betrayal of what they claim is a fight against woke ideology. Some have even gone so far as to question Daniel's response, stating that he said much without saying anything. In other words, they believe his response was merely an attempt to pacify criticism while still maintaining what they perceive to be an agenda driven game. These critics have also harshly criticized Daniel for replying to an ex user in the following way. So Daniel Vera wrote this. Let's see. Because I don't talk to Nazi heads like you. This response led some to jump to the conclusion that Daniel, much like others accused of pushing woke propaganda, uses terms like this with racist or bigot to silence criticism. However, based on the tweets from this person, Lucian Raven, there is a clear pattern of antisthetic hatred. For example, Lucian has tweeted the following. So let's see what he wrote. Making sure that he follows it. Woke Jew activists are not people, they're just inferior animals. Lucian Draven. Definitely my messages is don't reorder, never, never. No matter what. My favorite game company is it's From Software, and they haven't disappointed me, but still I never pre-order Jew grifter trying to get more sales, saying it's anti woke. Screw this, whatever. Also, you wrote, cancel the pre-order. The only thing that hurts the ego of a Jew more than calling them Jews is their money. It's like their blood. Take away their money and they starve. And that's just scratching the surface. These tweets alone demonstrate a consistent and vile hatred toward Jewish people, providing clear justification for Daniel's refusal to engage further. There are additional tweets that feature various racial slurs, all edited to avoid being flagged by X's automated system. But they further highlight this pattern of bigotry. These examples are sufficient to discredit Lucien entirely. Wow, dude. This game has been through a lot. This is a good story. From the fans to critics, the impacts of Vavra's missteps on Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Yet this controversy hasn't stopped here. Recently, Vavra faced backlash after criticizing a YouTuber, Rev Days Says Desu, who had been defending Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. In an article published on that Park Place titled, YouTuber defends Kingdom Come Deliverance, grifter comment backfires big time as aliens turn on warehouse studios. The situation is thoughtfully detailed. The article highlights how Vavra labeled Rev a grifter, based solely on the title of this video without actually watching it to get context. This prompted criticism even from those who had previously supported him. As a result, many of his allies are now respectfully defending the YouTuber, pointing out that Vavra may have acted prematurely. Another grifter, no, our pre-orders have been dropped because of the backlash. The sold returned copies ratio is the same as it was. What happened is that the preview hype has naturally waned and 9 massively discounted games entered the chart. Monster Hunter is down as well. Now, Rev, this person made the response. Labeling me as a grifter in a video where I defended your game from being labeled woke over a rumored gay scene is wild. Yes, people cancel pre-orders. Many did because you won't address the actions of the community's manager's code of conduct posted on Steam. Even now, you still avoid the issue entirely. Yes, your game has a lot of pre-orders, but it would have had more if you didn't tiptoe around valid concerns about the actions stemming from your parent company. Seeing you crash all over someone pointing this out is exactly why people are not trusting you. Oh boy. The incident highlights the irony of the situation as it appears Daniel himself may have jumped to conclusion, just as others have done toward him in the past. Instead of fully reviewing the video, Rev proceeded, which has intended to defend him. Our reaction caused a rift within his support base. Yeah, he did. He did go against Rev, and then when Rev told him everything what I just read, then Daniel apologized, but it's too late, man. It's too late for him. As the Park Place article outlines, Rev's video primarily criticized border industry trends while standing up for Vira against detractors. Further, this reaction is significant given comments Vira recently made during a podcast appearance, where he stated that the game's developers are often intimidated by YouTubers and influencers like Asmongold, Grums, and others. Vavra explained that the criticism these individuals levy against gaming companies, often based on gamer reactions, can have a profound impact on whether a company's latest release succeeds or fails. This dynamic makes his response to Rev particularly notable, as it now seems he may have inadvertently alienated some of the very people who have been supporting him. Yeah. Yeah, he messed up, bro. What he could have done was he could have just listened to the video, watched the video, and just you know, but he fucked up that one. He fucked up. While it seems he may have realized his error, this incident serves as a reminder of the power and influence that YouTubers and online personalities wield in shaping public perception. It was these very influencers who ensured Kingdom Come Deliverance One succeeded, spreading positive word of mouth about the game. Warehouse Studios thoughtfully deserved the worst success they achieved. Balancing the pendulum, what Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 teaches us about modern gaming debates. And it's indeed ironic that Kingdom Come Deliverance 1 managed to escape its own controversies back in the day, only for its sequel to now face new challenges. Interestingly, this time the controversy does not stem from those pushing woke propaganda, but rather from hardline anti woke critics. This pendulum swing seems to have gone so far that some may forget the importance of historical context, the portrayal of well written characters, and the proper procession of social issues from our past. As shown before, Daniel and his team at Warehouse Studios have consistently pushed back against forced inclusivity, and now they find themselves in a position where they must push back against those defending they conform to a different set of ideological expectations. Whether or not you choose to buy the game based on this entire debacle, whether you see it as a good or bad, illustrates that neither side should jump to conclusions without proper context. No one can truly know if Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is a good or bad game until they played it. Perhaps this controversy will ultimately reinforce this and strengthen Warehouse Studios, or perhaps it will leave a black mark on how they has handled these challenges. Regardless, we all need to wait until the game releases on February 4th to experience it firsthand, and as always, formulate our own individual opinion about it. So, yeah, this was a good article. This was a very good article. And yeah, Daniel, he messed himself up very badly. And I think what he needs to do is he needs to get straight. He needs to get it straight. He needs to like apologize, which he did, but he needs to really apologize to the gamers and let them know the situation, and then pray his game will succeed. Pray his game will get a lot of pre-orders, and pray that his game will make money. That's what he needs to do right now. So I hope Daniel learned his lesson about this, because he's got to be careful, because sometimes when you talk to other game journalists, they could use something against you, bro. Later on in the future, they can use that. And after that, you got to defend yourself on that, and you got to fight that. So we'll see. Well, that's going to be it for this article. So that's going to be that'll be all for the video. So thank you for watching this video, and thank you for being in the channel. If you like the video, hit the like button, share this video, post a comment below, let me know your thoughts. And if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button for me. All right, thank you all so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.